Welcome to Park Bench Interviews, hosted by Randy Goodman, Harvey Callis Real Estate, your real estate professional. Get to know our community, our businesses, products, and services that will elevate your life. Please welcome your hostess, Randy Goodman.
Hey everybody, it's Randy Goodman here from Harvey Callis Real Estate, and I am super excited to be interviewing Selena Valentine, who is the founder of Hypnobiz, and I can't wait to hear all about it. Thank you, Selena, for being here with me.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure.
Well, I'm excited to hear all about what you're up to. So tell us a little bit about your business and what you do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm Selena, as you mentioned, and I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I started my practice in New York City in 2008, and in 2018, I decided to move into the event space. So I created Hypnobiz New York, which was a platform for hypnotherapists to travel to and speak their expertise and tools and tips to other hypnotherapists, so that way they can grow their business. And then less than a year, we expanded into Canada, Amsterdam, and Australia. So basically, Hypnobiz is a resource for hypnotherapists to grow their practice and learn the latest tools and techniques. And that's through events, and that's through training, products, and services and things like that.
I love that. I love that. And I was reading a lot about like why Hypnobiz came to be in the first place and what you saw was missing in the marketplace. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. When I became a certified hypnotherapist, I learned all the tools and techniques to, help my clients achieve their goals or break bad habits such as, weight loss or smoking or things like that. But I felt what was missing in my training was the business side of hypnotherapy, as far as marketing yourself, marketing your practice, social media, CRM, which is, client relationship management, email marketing, and things like that. So I began to speak at a number of the conferences, around the country. And still, I felt like that part of hypnotherapy was missing, because you could have all the tools in your toolbox, but if no one knows you exist, how are you going to be a successful hypnotherapist? So part of the reason why I started Hypnobiz was to blend the two, the therapeutic side, the clinical side, and the business side, so that way you're thriving as a hypnotherapist and not just surviving.
Well, I absolutely love that you took that direction, because I know there's a lot of professionals out there who study a certain, realm or industry or topic, and they get really, really good at it, and nobody knows who they are, and they don't have a clue about business because they didn't take business. They weren't interested in business. They were interested in hypnotherapy or, whatever other profession, dentistry or whatever, right? And you actually saw that there was a need and took action on that need. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like you said, I mean, you could be the greatest dentist in the world, but if you plan to open a practice, how are you going to do that if you don't know how to get the word out about your practice and the best tools and techniques to do that? There are some advanced marketing strategies that you can use. There are some advanced SEO strategies or Facebook advertising, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if you're the best dentist in town. If no one knows about you, you're not going to thrive.
Right. Don't be the best kept secret, right?
Exactly.
I love that. So is hypnotherapy something that you always wanted to do? Is it something that you always thought you were going to do, or what led you to get to this point?
No, especially as, a younger person, I had no idea what hypnotherapy was. It just wasn't in my world. It wasn't in my consciousness. I didn't know anybody. But what happened was I had some personal issues in my life that I was dealing with, particularly a death in the family. And it was just really tough for me. And I remember a girlfriend of mine went to see a hypnotherapist to stop smoking. And she had smoked for about 15, 16 years. And literally after one session, she stopped smoking. And I remember asking her, what in the world did that hypnotherapist do to you that you're able to just do a switch like that and not smoke anymore? And I said, well, if she can help you with this stop smoking with hypnotherapy, maybe she can help me get out of this sadness, this depression from a relative passing
Wow.
away. And, you know, I did my research, I made an appointment, and I felt better. Even from the first session, I felt instantly better. She kind of reframed the passing of my loved one and something to celebrate as far as our time together and all the wonderful memories versus the tragic, you know, death. And after, you know, a few sessions, I started feeling amazing. And I just said to myself, you know, I want to learn this so I can teach other people how to get out of grief or stop smoking, weight loss, whatever bad habit or issue that they're facing. I said, I want to help other people. And that's how I got into hypnotherapy. I was not on the track to hypnotherapy. Again, I had no idea what it was. I went to college for business. So it's amazing how, you know, your plan for your life can totally change by your personal experiences.
Oh, totally. You know what? And I say that all the time. It's amazing how, you know, something can happen in our lives, and unfortunately, it usually comes from some kind of trauma or tragedy.
Yep.
And you know, but something good seems to always come out where, you know, you found your passion, you found something that
Yeah.
you love, but it was also intertwined with what
Mm-hmm.
you were going to study anyway. You were going to study business, and look at you here, combining the passion
Yeah.
for business with the passion for helping people through hypnotherapy, and creating a beautiful business out of it, where you're going worldwide now to help people. I mean, that's incredible. So what drove you? I mean, okay, so you're living in New York City, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, you know, doing something in your hometown is, yeah, quite normal, right? I want to start something, I'm going to start it in my hometown. But what made you, or what created that vision for you to start opening in Canada and going around the world?
Mm-hmm. Well, I have to say, being in New York, if you've never been, or if the people that are watching, New York is a global city. I like to call it the center of the world, the center of the earth, because it really is. I mean, you have people from all over the world that descend upon New York City, all the languages, all the cuisine. So it's a global town already.
Right.
And being in New York, it's a very ambitious town. It's a very ambitious place. So you tend to think big when you live in New York because everything is big in New York. So when I started to see, you know, therapists fly in from around the world, I mean, we had speakers from everywhere, from Brazil, from Europe, from Canada, from the United States, from Australia. I knew just the conference in New York was just not going to be enough. It just was not going to be big enough. I wanted to reach people all over the world.
Wow.
So because there's hypnotherapists all over the world, there's people that need to change their habits or become their best selves all over the world. So the more therapists that I could reach, the more people will be affected by the tools and techniques that therapists can offer them so that they can live their best life. So it was just a natural progression for me to move from just New York to Australia to Amsterdam and to Canada. It was just a natural thought process and plan.
Wow. Wow. Well, I love your vision. I love how you're thinking big and just wanting to help so many people all over the world. So what are the different ways that you personally help people? Like, who would be the right client for you? Who would be the right person who would say, yep, I need to work with Selena?
Mm-hmm. Well, most of my clients that were in New York are like high-powered executives. So people that wanted to get to the next level in their lives. So people that maybe need the confidence boost or just wanted to be challenged as far as reaching that next goal and kind of just wanted to be the best that they can be. So I tended to deal with people that really wanted to crush it in life. So if you feel like you're in life, but your life is, you know, you could do more, you know, you could be more, you know, that you could have more, and you don't want to settle, and you want to, you know, go through life just knocking off every single goal, feeling like the winner and champion that you are. Those are the type of clients that I worked with and I prefer to work with because I enjoy seeing people reach their goals and living to their full potential.
I love that. I love that. And there's a big difference in the types of clients that you could have, right? You can have people who are really determined and say, yep, I'm going to invest in myself and I'm going to take action. I'm going to do everything I'm supposed to do. And you watch them do it. You know, you go through that journey with them and you see them
Mm-hmm.
succeed. then you have other clients who will buy into something and then not really take responsibility or do the work that they're supposed to do. And I know as a business person, you get to choose what kind of clients you want to work with. So I love how you've chosen to work with people who you know are going to take the steps that they need to take so that you can enjoy that journey, that success with them versus
Exactly. And most important is not letting your clients off the hook. They're there because they want to achieve that next plateau.
right,
So you have to ride them. You have to be on them. You have to give them tough love. You know, you have to say, you came in here because you want this. This is what you need to do to get here. You have to do the work. You know, don't sugarcoat it. I'm not a sugar-coated person. I'm a tough
right,
love person. If you want to do something, we are going to do it. And I'm just not going to take any excuses.
and I love that. I love that. And you know, as a professional helping others, you have to be like that, right? You have
Exactly. You have to walk your walk and talk your talk. You know, I don't give myself the opportunity to make up excuses. I just get it done. No crying, no excuses, no feeling sorry for myself. Just Selena, just get up and get it done. That's it.
I love that. And that's a great tip for all you entrepreneurs out there who are, you know, maybe a little more relaxed and, you know, maybe not quite as tough with your clients. But if you really want to see results, then you need to make sure that they're going to take action, right? And make them accountable. So I love
Like the
that.
Nike slogan, just do it. Don't talk about it. Don't speak about it. Don't complain about it. Just be like Nike. Please just do me a favor and just do it.
Yeah, I'm just like you. If you hear me talking about it, then I'm probably already doing it. So
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. So tell us a little bit about, because I know you have a New York show, you were supposed to have a Toronto show in June, and I know you had to make a few adjustments for that. Can you tell us a little bit about how you are adjusting from a live event to what are you doing?
Exactly. So I was actually in Australia for my Australia event, which was
Wow.
Hypnobiz Australia, which was March 14th and 15th. And as I was in Australia enjoying my conference and greeting everyone, we had this global pandemic going on where borders started closing and
Yes.
they started shutting things down. So I had to hightail it out of Australia
Oh,
to make it back home safely. And I got together and huddled with my team. And we said, you know what, we're going to consolidate all our conferences, which was the remaining New York conference, the Canada conference, and the Europe conference, and make one big global Hypnobiz global
mm,
virtual conference. And literally in a week, we made the decision and we started implementing the strategy and the plans and reached out to all of our presenters. And now if you go to hypnobiz.com, you'll see the 2020 Global Virtual Conference. And we literally put that together in a week. Immediately once I got back from Australia from the conference, things were put in place to transform.
wow. Wow. Yeah, you know, and kudos to you for taking action right away because it's quite something. I mean, I wasn't quite as lucky as you. So I was supposed to have my 10th anniversary show in March, you know, I guess a weekish after yours.
Yeah.
And I had to delay till May. And then a few days later, I thought, maybe I'm being a little too optimistic here. So I moved it
hmm
to September 30, October 1st. But, you know, I'm hoping for the live event to be able to happen. But I did something similar to what you did. On my original day, I did an online conference,
hmm
right? But I totally resonate with what you're saying because you have to adapt. You have to figure out, okay, how am I going to make this happen, right?
Yeah.
What am I going to do to continue to serve people and to be able to offer the programs and the teachings that you want to offer? So I love that you did that. And so what are the dates of that show?
It's going to be June 1st to the 5th. So it's a 5-day virtual conference. And it's just not for hypnotherapists. We have Robert G. Smith. He's a EF, he created FASTA EFT, which is tapping on meridian points to release any trauma out of your life. We
Right.
have Bob Doyle. He was a featured teacher in the Secret movie and in the Secret book. we have Aisha Hogan. She's a transformational coach. So it's not just for hypnotherapists, it's for anyone that want to make a shift and a positive change in their life, so that way they are living to their full potential and reaching their goals. So you can just go to hypnobiz.com and you can find out all the information and all the information about the 2020 Global Virtual Summit.
That's awesome. And I'm very honored to be part of that and be able to share a lot of digital marketing tools for people and all the things that I've learned through the years. That's awesome.
Yes, you're one of our featured speakers. So we're so thankful for it. So we appreciate you so much for coming on board.
Thank you for having me. And so do you have any tips or suggestions for people out there? It could have to do with anything, personal, professional, whatever you're feeling.
Well, I would say, especially now in today's times, this too shall pass, just like anything else that has happened in the world, in your country, in my country. I think the most important is to stay as optimistic as possible, because that will help your immune system. You don't want to compromise your immune system and be susceptible to any illness or anything like that. So we know stress and worry breaks down the immune system in the body. So I would just tell everybody, be as positive and optimistic as possible. Know that this too shall pass. And also, pay attention to the stay-at-home orders. Reach out to friends and family members via Zoom or telephone or Skype or whatever it is. And just be safe. Just be safe out there.
Thank you. And for those people out there that may not exactly know how to shift to a positive mindset, do you have any specific tips or suggestions for those people? Because sometimes people find it really difficult.
Yes, reach out to a hypnotherapist. Besides that, I truly believe that is the fastest way to make change. Just from my personal experience, I've had friends that were doing traditional therapy for 10 plus years and they were not getting better. And then I know myself and my friends that saw a hypnotherapist, and literally in a matter of like a couple sessions, you're over the moon, you're flying high. So if you can't reach a hypnotherapist, I would definitely say pay attention to your self-talk, because what you continuously say to yourself, your subconscious mind is always listening. Your subconscious mind is the servant to you. So if you're telling yourself, I feel good, I'm happy, I'm going to reach this goal, I'm going to stop that bad habit, your subconscious mind will work with you. But if you say things to yourself, I'm no good, this never worked for me, it never worked in the past, your subconscious mind is listening too. So the number one thing I would tell people on their own, if they are not able to see a hypnotherapist or anything like that, pay attention to your self-talk and start giving yourself empowering messages.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And tell us, how can people connect with you? Where can they find you?
People can find me. You can go straight through the hypnobiz.com. Again, you can find out information about our company, our event, and you could reach me directly on there. We have a contact form, so if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, you could reach me there.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much for being on with me today.
Thank you. I so appreciate this interview, and I hope it helps someone out there, and hope to see you all virtually or maybe in person someday in your beautiful Canada.
I hope so soon. Thank you again, Selena.
Thank you for listening to this interview hosted by Randy Goodman. We hope you will take action and connect with the incredible business people and leaders in our community. And remember, Randy is always here to answer any questions you have regarding your real estate needs. Be sure to register on the website and stay up to date on what's happening in your area at parkbench.com/millpond.